What's up, everybody? What's going on? It's your girl, Mills the Virgo here. This is Mills Speaks. Listen, I've been doing this for about a couple of months now, and you would think that I would remember simple things like plug the mic in. So, I started it 5 minutes ago and realized that my sound waves were very, very small. I was like, what the hell's going on? Yeah, I didn't have the goddamn mic plugged in, so the laptop mic was recording me, and so, you know, there's that. I mean, I probably could have went throughout this entire thing without sharing that, but I feel like I like to just keep it funky with y'all, you know what I mean? Anyway. But yes, this is a beat of mine. It's called Pieces. I'm not real sure why. All I know is I love it, and when I listened to it back, I was like, my God, I fuck with this. And so I said, well, let's just use that then. The problem is that it's a snippet. It's very short. At some point when I was making beats, I thought it was a good idea to just not make a full beat. Just make a snip, you know. Put it on an album, you know. Put it on a CD, you know. Give it to some people. That's a snip, you know. And then, oh, they'll come back. And then now it's biting me in the ass because I need like a full 4-minute track. But it's fine. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right. Episode 15, y'all. Thank you very much for joining me back here today. This episode is called I Love You 3 Stacks. That is a direct reference to the Avenger movie. For those of you who have not seen the Avengers yet, I will not, and I mean will not, spoil the movie. I plan on recording an Avengers review after this weekend. I plan on seeing it with my good buddy Kind Carey. I've already seen it once. I plan on going back again. Should let you know how dope it is to see it with Carey, and then I will try to talk her into recording with me afterward. But we'll see. But yeah, just to touch on it, you know, briefly, it was an amazing movie. I had seen so many things before I saw the movie. Oh, this movie really dots the I's and crosses the T's. It's the perfect superhero movie. It wraps up everything perfect. All the storylines, da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, I mean, while that may be true in some instances, I still have questions. Okay? I still got questions. Okay? But no, I really did enjoy it. I love it. I was very stressed, obviously, you know, because you guys saw Infinity War, so you know that Thanos snapped everybody, or half the population, half of all living things, gone, dusted, okay? I used to say evaporated, but we're just gonna use dusted, okay? Thanos dusted all the people, and then this is what had to happen. So, it's basically picking up right from when the dust occurred, which is good and helpful, because I'm here to tell you right now, they just need to go ahead and put together a whole goddamn compilation. And so I did see that they're coming out with like this big ass box set of all the movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU for short. Who knows how much that shit's gonna cost? If you guessed each movie could run you about $15 to $20. If you're talking 18 movies, I mean, what's 20 times 18? Too goddamn much, right? But those of you who know about the Disney, you know, streaming service that will be available later on this year, Disney Plus, I think it's going to be called, or something like that. They will be putting all the Marvel stuff, all Marvel movies, so most likely you won't see your Marvel movies on Hulu or Netflix or any other streaming service that you use that shows, you know, movies like that. You won't see them on there because they'll be on this Disney Plus goddamn app, and then you can just literally watch it however you want to watch it. And if they were smart, they would configure an entire MCU section of this shit and put it and allow you to put it in order of how, you know, you should watch it, you know, allow you to play however you want to play it. I mean, but that's just me thinking outside the box, okay? But that's really what they should do. So I'm excited for that, but I'm going to be honest with you, if they said we're not going to put that together for another year and we're going to let this box set of all these fucking movies out for like, I don't know, 100, 150, listen, I'm going to think long and hard about that, okay? Long and motherfucking hard. Actually, I take that back because if I'm not mistaken, I literally have all the movies already. I think I know for a fact that I have all the Iron Mans. I know for a fact I have all the Thors. I've got the Captain Americas. I don't have them in the legal sense, you know. Some of them are bootleg that are just really, really good. But I don't have Captain America 1 and 3. I only have 2, I think. So yeah, there's some things I probably should buy. I could buy like individually to complete this box set. So I just go ahead and take back everything I said maybe 2 minutes ago. Okay, I don't need it. I got it. I got all the Avengers with the exception of the latest 2, Infinity Wars, and then of course Endgame, of course. But I think it's gonna be important to have all of the Avenger movies. I think that is extremely important. I would love to pass that to my son. I talked to my dad, and he, or daughter, okay, because obviously my dad passed down Thor to me, and then I grew up loving Thor, and so when I realized what they were doing with this Marvel Cinematic Universe thing, I was like, okay, Iron Man, okay, Hulk, okay, I like Hulk, alright, Iron Man, he's an asshole. I said, okay, who else they got? They got these 2 people, the Avengers, which anytime I saw the Avengers, I thought about the 2 spies, because they had a movie, I don't know, back in the 90s called The Avengers, and it was about the 2 spies, which I always assumed was Natasha Romanoff and Hawkeye. That's what I assumed, but apparently not. I'm not sure. But anyway, so, you know, I was like, okay, so they got these guys, okay, cool. But then when I saw that they brought my man Thor in the mix, okay, man, okay, love Thor. So, I would love to pass that down to my children, have them get into that, have that be a thing of ours, and I low-key am kind of sad that I didn't have kids already, and that we didn't live this life, and that this wasn't the end for, like, our kids and shit. Because, like, I can imagine how that feels. You've been going to the movies for 18 years. Well, let's just be real. Iron Man came out when? Let me see if I can find that right quick. So, Iron Man came out in 2008. So not even quite a full 10 years. Okay, so it's just been over 10 years, at 11 years now, and then what we've got is 18 movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I do remember that specifically. So that's a lot of movies, man. That's a whole lot of movies. But just imagine having a kid around that time. Maybe if you had a kid in like 2000, right? The kid's 20 now, almost, rolling up on 20 pretty soon. He's 19. And, these movies started in 2008, so you started taking your kid to the movies and stuff, and he's 8 at the time, right? And then all these movies keep coming out, and you guys go to the movies, right? And then, now it's over. And your kid's like 19, 20 years old, and they're just like, damn, that's my entire motherfucking childhood right there. I just wished that I had that experience with some children around somewhere, somehow. But it's fine. It's fine. Fuck it. I have these experiences myself, okay? I've been living this myself as well. So, I was a grown person when this started, though. So, there's that. But still, I still was heavily invested in all of the characters. And I mean all of them, okay? Even the ones I didn't like, Iron Man. But no, I loved it. I think you guys will like it too, especially if you've seen all of the other movies. I will say that some people say, oh, you have to have seen all of the movies. I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, you probably should see at least the first movie of each of the characters, and then, of course, all the other Avenger movies. I did not see Spider-Man Homecoming, or whatever it's called. I did not see that new Spider-Man movie, so if there was anything, and I mean anything, lost in that, I completely missed that. The only thing I did know about Spider-Man is his best friend who was in the Avengers Infinity Wars, and his Aunt May, who was Marissa Tomei, who's like one of my favorite 90s actresses of all time. So, I do remember that. I've seen bits and pieces of it, but I definitely never watched the full thing. because I just wasn't interested. It's like, it's too many, man. Listen, I was fully invested, and when I say fully invested, I was fully invested in the last Spider-Man reboot. That kid was the little English guy who plays, Peter Parker, obviously. I love that kid. It broke my heart when they killed Gwen, who was played by Emma Stone. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm done. Okay? Mary Jane ain't the one for you. Gwen ain't the one for you. I can't deal with you evil. I'm done. But then Spider-Man Enter the Spider-Verse came out, and then I was like, oh, okay, so I fuck with Spider-Man again. Okay, so fine. It's fine. And then, of course, in Infinity Wars, he got dusted, right? So, spoiler alert, okay, if you didn't know that, sorry, that happened last year. He got dusted, and he was so cute when he died, or got dusted. He's like, oh, I don't want to die, Mr. Dark, and it was touching and everything, so I was like, oh, Pete, but, I'm not interested in the movie, okay? Maybe if the next movie has, like, a special, I'm not even going to tell that lie. I'm not going to go see the second Homecoming or whatever it is with Spider. I'm not going to see that, so it's fine. No worries. But yeah, no, there's some notable people who die. Okay, unfortunately, there are some people who you kind of would have been like, okay, that's fine if you died, and then they lived, right? So it's fine. I felt no way about the people that actually died because I just didn't. I mean, and I'll go into it more on the actual review so that I can say why, because again, I don't want to ruin anything for anyone. But yeah, so I just don't know. But no, it was really good. I can't wait to see it again. And I'm excited. So I'll go ahead and get started with what I have written down here. I wrote down, the first thing I have down is the teachers rally or the teachers march that occurred. I think it was Wednesday. It happened past Wednesday. And, people were really upset about the fact that these kids were out of school because these damn teachers was going up here to march at their various, at their respective capitals of, the state. And I just didn't understand why they were so upset. Because, again, everybody knows that the teachers get paid nothing. They have to deal with your snot-nosed kids. They have to deal with your ill-mannered children, the children that are good at the house, but then just act a complete ass outside of the house. They got to deal with the hits, and they got to deal with the cursing and throwing stuff, and they got to deal with all of this shit that you people do not check your kids on or don't know that your kids are doing. It's amazing to me. I work with a lot of people who have young children, children who are either, just, not like little kids, babies or anything, but like kids that are in school and shit, and it's just amazing to me some of the things that these kids do, say, think, and act on. And a lot of it isn't even, oh, he's just hanging around with bad people. No, a lot of it needs to be checked at the house because this is learned behavior, I won't go too deep, but I mean, it's just amazing to me that, parents will complain about their kid being, an asshole, but not check it. And then you can't even see where the asshole comes from, because the asshole comes from you. You're the asshole. They learned it. It's a learned thing. It's learned. Just like racism. Your damn ignorance is learned. Every bit of it. So, I don't know. Sorry, I had to get up right quick, so that's why I sounded kind of far away. But, I mean, I don't know. Obviously, I don't have children, so I don't... Listen, I don't have kids, so I can always say what I would do, what I wouldn't do, all of these things. But, I mean, at some point, these parents and just adults in general have to stop being so, fucking whack and weak, okay? These kids have to be dealt with accordingly. When we were kids, we had to be dealt with accordingly. So I don't even understand why, people don't parent the way that they were parented. And then, if you know that your parenting, or your parents' parenting was questionable, make some adjustments, goddammit. Now, obviously, that's easier said than done, because I don't have a kid in my face right now, acting a goddamn fool, and I want to mollywop them, and I know I can't, because that's against the law, right? I get it. But I'm just saying, I don't know, man. But anyway, so people were complaining about this. Oh, the kids are out of school, you know, and this and the other. Listen, pay the fucking teachers. Pay the fucking teachers. I don't want to hear it anymore. Like, how many years does it have to go? How many years? Doc, I was in high school. I was in middle school when the teachers was like, we buy all the supplies and we don't get reimbursed. Bruh. So, I mean, at some point, I think you had a surplus of young teachers coming out of school, going into teaching, hoping and praying they could do something with themselves. I think if you go into teaching or you go into doing certain things, your student loans get forgiven after a certain amount of time. So that's where you kind of had that. But then, you know what? At a certain point, if your pay isn't right, if the appreciation isn't there, if these kids are getting worse and fucking worse every year, like, them paying off that student loan might not be enough. It just might not be a motherfucking enough. Okay? It just might not be. So, how about y'all just fuck that and pay the people. Pay them. Pay them. I'm sorry. I saw that Dabo Sweeney, who is the coach of Clemsucks, okay, the football coach, he just signed a 10-year, like $60 or $90 million deal or some shit to coach football. To coach football. He's literally not in the classroom teaching shit. He literally hasn't graded one paper. He literally doesn't have to do shit but go play or look at football and coach fucking football. That's it, bruh. The hardest thing Dabo got to do is recruit and, you know, deal with, you know, problematic people, problematic players. That's it. That is it. Are you fucking serious? That's how much y'all gonna pay a football fucking coach? Man, please. Please, man. And I wouldn't even be surprised if it were something, you know, like that in like a high school realm, especially those high schools that, like, play football at a really, really high level, like almost at a college level or whatever. Like, I know you paying the shit out of them coaches too. Meanwhile, the teachers is making scrubs and fucking crumbs over here, alright? Fucking eating, you know, mayonnaise sandwiches and shit. Drinking fucking sugar water, alright? And fucking hungry and got side jobs. Multiple. Man, fuck. So yeah, no, I don't give a fuck about y'all being mad about these kids being off of school because these fucking teachers had to go up here and see about their goddamn money. Run them they fucking money. Run them they fucking money. Run it. Alright, sorry. That's our first rant. I think it's gonna be a lot of rants just because I'm in like an irritable mood, like, you know, just I'm tired, okay? I went to a graduation yesterday. It got rained on twice, and it wasn't like, oh, that little pitter-patter rain. Let me tick-tap out of this. No. This is a motherfucking monsoon shit. Like, it don't matter how fast or how slow you walking, bitch, you're fucking soaked. So, I'm still aggravated from yesterday. Anyway, okay, so, promotion on IG. So, I got an email last week, or maybe a week or two ago, from Facebook, and they gave me, like, some kind of $20 promotion thing, you know, to promote, like, a post. And I didn't know how well it would work, because I just didn't know about that. But, I'm gonna go get my phone, but it worked. It really worked. Yeah, so I had to go get the phone or whatever so I could actually see. But yeah, the promotion, it really worked. It really did. I mean, this one post or whatever, I didn't even mean to promote this one post. So if y'all saw it and liked it, thank you very much. But I was literally editing the podcast last Sunday when Golden State played, and I definitely posted just so editing and Warriors, and I, you know, promoted that one accidentally, and it got to 340 some people, and I really appreciated it. I even got like at least 3 to 5 more followers within that 5-day span, which isn't bad once you think about, you know, time and shit. But no, I thought it was cool. And then there was another one that I had promoted as well, and that one didn't do as well, but it did pretty good. It bottomed out at like 140. So and that's pretty dope, because this one was a post where I had tagged This is a post where I had tagged and added screenshots of Authentic Bites, who is the hometown spotlight that I did last week. And so it got some pretty good exposure to various folks. So I'm really excited about this situation. And I'm really happy that it's being received as well as it is. So I'm just thinking of next steps at this point of, okay, so now what can I do to do this? So I'll probably try to do more promotions and such, maybe once a month. And then, work on some other things. So, I mean, shout out to IG and shout out to Facebook for that. I think I want to shout them out for that, but then I'm also pissed off at them because, did I write that down? No, I didn't write it down, that they had banned all of these, I guess, religious or, I don't know, hate groups, is that what they think it's, I don't know what they call it, but one of the people that they decided to ban from IG and Facebook is Louis Farrakhan. And here's the deal. I mean, again, I don't follow the Nation of Islam like that. I don't follow Farrakhan and Elijah Muhammad, all that stuff. I don't follow that stuff. But what I do know is the things that are said about those men. I do know the things that are said about the religion. I know they're lies, right? So I can't openly be like, oh, okay, yeah, go ahead and ban this guy, just like you want to ban the white supremacist guy from the UK. No, because that would imply that those two are the same. And I struggle with it because I wonder, well, damn, do you not think it's the same because you agree with some of his ideologies? Or do you not think it's the same because it's not the fucking same? And I just don't know. All I do know is that I wouldn't be afraid of Elijah Muhammad, not one bit. Whereas with this other guy, I'd probably have to take him out. Okay? I'd probably have to take him out if it came to my life or his, push come to shove. I'm going to take that other guy out. Okay? And that's just real. But, I just, Facebook and Instagram is cool. I don't know. I just think it's a slippery slope. And all of the things that we want to change really are all slippery slopes because we have so much corruption built on bullshit, built on corruption, built on corruption, built on water. Okay, built on, you know what I mean? Like, it's so many things. Everything's connected and everything's fucked up, right? So it's like everything's a slippery slope. So I'm not sure if I feel comfortable with Facebook being able to say, nah, you can't say that here. But then at the same time, I mean, if it's your company, it's your business, and you don't want that type of shit, getting spread around, shared around in your community, I mean, okay. Okay, that's also your fucking right. I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about that at all. So it's just crazy to me. I'm gonna move on past that. I did want to touch on it, so I'm glad that I thought about that. I don't know what's happening outside my window right now, but like people are just outside, just being loud. It's like noon. It's noon on a Sunday afternoon, and it's about to rain. What are y'all doing outside with all that hollering? But anywho, next topic up is Remy Ma. Nigga, are you dumb? Like, what is really going on here? What's going on here? Are you dumb? Remy, are you dumb? Are you dumb? Listen, alright, so those that don't know, Remy Ma was in prison for 7 winters and 6 summers, okay? Or 8 winters and 7 summers. I don't know the rhyme anymore. But she was in prison for an extended amount of time for busting somebody's ass. I get shooting, pulling a gun out, pistol whipping, hitting somebody with a champagne bottle. I could be getting people mixed up. Her and the brat have both done time for fucking up bitches, right? So, Remy Ma has since been out of jail for some time now. I guess it's been about, 3-4 years now. And she's been on probation the entire time, and her probation is up in August. Well, unfortunately, about last month, let's say probably this was in April, maybe into March, allegedly, a young lady from Love and Hip Hop, I don't even know who she is, I can't even call her name, so she's not even important, but the only important thing about her is that she got punched in the eye, allegedly, by Remy Ma, and she is now, has pressed charges, she's suing, she wants money, she wants all of these things. Apparently, Remy was defending her daughter Papoose' daughter, but they all are a nice little blended family. So it's her daughter. Apparently, the word on the street was that the daughter and the girl had a beef. The girl says, no, I was trying to help your daughter out because there was an abusive man involved and I was trying to be there for her. Allegedly, Remy said, that's not what I heard. And booyah, two-pieced her in her eye. Okay? I really don't know, because obviously nobody was there. There was no cameras. None of this is clear. So we really don't know what the rules are and such. But all I do know is if this is true, I mean, ma'am, this little girl was not worth your freedoms. You're on probation. You go straight to jail. I'm not sure what the hell's going on at this point. But hopefully, she'll be able to get out of this. But I just don't understand why this had to happen. Ma'am, you just had a baby not long ago. The fucking golden child, bitch. You wasn't even supposed to be able to have kids no more. I mean, it's so many good things going on in your life. You're out of prison. You've been free. You've been on the straight and narrow. You've been getting your money. You've been making music. You've been on TV. You've been getting to the money. You've been doing it quietly. You've been doing what you could do. You even got healthy. You even got in shape, bitch. Like, you look amazing. And so, I just don't know what would prompt somebody to do this. And I get it. Some people are like, well, you can't mess with my kid and da-da-da. But you know what, though? At some point, you're going to have to think about some shit. At some point, you're going to have to be more calculating. At some point, you're going to have to think about shit. Okay, I'm going to let that slide. But don't worry. You'll get yours. That's the way I was, one, raised, and two, that's the way I deal with things. I'm not going to be super emotional all the time and just jump and fly off the handle about stuff. Especially if it was my teenage child and some girl who was also her age. Like, bruh, I don't care about that shit. So just move it. Just keep it moving. So something tells me that the young lady might have tried to go and talk to Remy because she didn't want Remy to think that she was trying to do this, that, and the other. And then something tells me she got her ass twisted up in that damn room. And, hey, I don't know. All I see is the aftermath. Her fucking eye lumped up. Okay? So, there's that. So, hopefully, she'll be okay. We'll see. I did see there was a video a while ago, I guess maybe a couple of days ago, she was coming out of jail, so she was no longer in custody. So that's a good thing. But yeah, I just really hope she can get it together, because you've come way too far to go back to prison, Remy. Okay? And you just had a baby. Listen, Papoose was a single father for years while he was holding you down. He don't have time to do this with a whole newborn? Oh my god. That's crazy. So yeah. So hopefully that's okay over there. Hopefully. Alright. Moving right along from Remy Ma and her shenanigans. Joe Biden has announced that he plans on running for president at this point. Problem I have with Joe Biden is multifaceted. See, I like Joe from the vice president seat. Okay? He's not gonna do too much. He's not gonna say he's pretty reckless with his mouth, but hey, whatever. He's not the president. You know, Barack will come his good talking ass in here and smooth it over. Everything be fine. Whatever. Also, once his son died, I felt some kind of way toward Joe, and I said, oh, Joe, and then of course, once 45 was elected, those memes started coming out with Joe and Barack and then saying all this reckless, crazy shit. So that's kind of, we kind of like Joe from that. But realistically speaking, I don't need Joe in the mix at all. Like, I'm good on Joe. I'm good on men like Joe. And I say that because he was all about the crime bill. He was all about the mass incarcerations and the super predators back in the 90s. He was all about grilling the fuck out of Anita Hill during the Clarence Thomas thing. And, here's the thing. Yeah, obviously you would want to grill somebody about somebody who is like, accusing someone of sexual assault, but he was harder than any of the other Republican representatives, and he badgered her. And I can't, and I don't know why any black woman could, but I could not forget anything like that. And I mean, in case nobody has said it, Miss Anita Hill, we apologize. We apologize as a motherfucking, like, country for how you were treated back then. We apologize. I personally am sorry that not enough people believe that Clarence Thomas and his dusty ass was sexually harassing your ass. I'm sorry. Because it is clear as day that that's what the fuck was going on. But I'm 35 now, and when this was going on, I was a child. And there was a lot of toxic motherfucking bullshit going on back then, just like it kind of is now, that people are trying to break out of. But I mean, you even had women like, oh, well, you know, she probably was, oh, she probably, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's all her fault that he's fucking appropriate. That's real good, ladies. So, yeah, you know, I'm sorry, Anita. I really am. And I'm going to try to do a little more research on the situation and then really speak on it later, because, you know, that's something that needs to be reconciled here in 2019. That shit happened. We lived that, y'all. And she motherfucking got ran through and thrown a fucking way. And that is not the business. So, in your free time, you can Google Clarence Thomas and his dusty ass. Okay? Type all of that in. Clarence Thomas and his dusty ass. And Anita Hill. Okay? I believe, a couple of years ago, HBO did, like a movie about it, and Kerry Washington, our girl from Scandal, she played Anita Hill. And I think it's called Anita. I think it is called Anita or something like that. So y'all check that out or whatever, and, you know, educate yourself on the situation. So, Joe Biden is connected to that, and as a black woman, I'm not sure that I'm ever going to be able to be okay with the fact that he did that. And, you know, he's got, he's just as trash as Hillary, or just as trash as you people wanted us to believe Hillary was. But no, just as trash as Hillary, and I just I'm not here for Joe. I'm really not. I'm not here for Joe. And if he should have ignored Obama, and he should have ran last time, and then maybe we would have beat 45, maybe. But I don't know. I just don't trust Joe. I don't think he has anybody's best interest at heart, and you know, he could just go ahead and get out of here. Okay, get out of here. All right. So yeah, I can't deal. Moving on from Joe. I'm moving right the fuck on from Joe. Bun B. So Bun B is a rapper. He's big time in the 90s, of course, and in the 2000s, he one of his bigger songs that people may know him from, absolutely, would be like he was on the Jay-Z Big Pimpin' song. He was on Big Pimpin'. Him and Pimp C were on that. Of course, there's a song with the Outkast song, the I Choose You, John. That was their song, UGK. That was their song, and they were just featured on it. But no, so Bun B is part of UGK, Underground Kings. He was partnered with Pimp C. Pimp C has since died. He died, I don't know, maybe about 5 or maybe 6 years ago. I'm not sure. It's been some time. So anyway, Bun B, Houston rapper, Houston native, and his wife had come home. There was a knock at the door, a doorbell, rang. The wife was saying basically that she never answers the door, but at that time she figured it was Amazon or something, some kind of package or whatever that she might have ordered. She couldn't keep track, because people, you get to order and you don't remember what's coming when. You have no idea. All you know is a package is scheduled to come today. That's all you know. Okay. But anyway, so she must have went. She looked out the peephole or something. Didn't see anyone, so she opened the door to get the package. And then there was no package. That guy came out, rushed her, had a gun. Was like, give me whatever, blah blah blah. Trying to drag her up, trying to do so much. So Bun B is upstairs in the bathroom taking a shit. You're welcome for this. All right, and I implore you to go to YouTube and watch this interview on the Breakfast Club. It is fan-fucking-tastic. I was totally captivated by this story. But anyway, he was on the toilet. He was on the toilet handling his business, and he heard the altercation downstairs. He heard something, so he got up he realized what was going on. He went and got the gun. He went and got the burner, baby. He didn't even worry about wiping his ass yet, pulling his pants up. Nope. Not important. What was important was to get to that motherfucking gun and shut that shit down. So basically, while he's doing all of that stuff, the burglar is trying to get Queenie, who's his wife, trying to get Queenie up to do something, but she went dead on him. Like, you know how kids do, when you're trying to get them to do something, they go limp on you, they go fucking dead on you, fucking asshole kids. But anyway, she did that or whatever, and I guess he tried to get her to the garage so he could get the car, right? So they get to the garage. She hits the button for the garage door to go up. He lets her go. He goes and gets in the car. She hits the button again for it to go down again. Well, the problem is he doesn't know how to use this car. This car is an Audi, and it's probably a push to start. It's probably a lot of things that he doesn't know anything about, because you're just a basic ass, burglar. You don't even know what you're running up on. So he couldn't steal the car properly. By this time, Bun B has brought his shitty ass downstairs with the gun, and she's like, no, don't go in there. He's in the garage. He got a gun. Da, da, da. He's like, fuck that. I got a gun too. So then he rolled up over there or whatever, opened the door. He didn't see him in the garage, so he saw him in the car, and he must have turned around. Bun B hit 3 motherfucking shots through that headrest, bruh. Didn't kill him, didn't even hit him. He was hit by one of them, but not like in the head or anything. And his lawyer was saying that, it was just the Lord watching that young man, because Bun put the shots where they should have been. You put the shots where they should have been, like 3 in the head, bruh. That's dead. You dead. So, so Bun B took care of that business. And listen to me, I love that whole story. Even the fact that he was still in a situation where he was in mid-poop. Hey man, you do what you gotta do to take care of your household and your woman, I would imagine. And I just need a whole man like this. So if y'all know somebody like this that's single and he's not crazy, just send him on to me. Don't be stingy. Send him to me, because I need somebody like that. I need somebody like this. We can get us some land and build us a nice house, and then we can have 2 trucks, okay? You can have you a F-150, and I'll have me a F-150, okay? We can haul shit together. Be happy, okay? I need that. Anyway, so shout out to Bun B and his wife Queenie, because she was a real G too, because she held that man downstairs instead of letting him go upstairs and catch Bun in a vulnerable position, or even worse, overpower him or something like that, take the gun, kill him. You never know what could happen in them situations. So she was real good for that. So that's what's up. Let me turn and see what else we got here. Apparently the Billboard Awards happened. And the only thing I can take away from the Billboard Awards, I think, was the Taylor Swift bullshit, when she came out with like the marching band and stuff. And initially, I think it's all timing, and I think it's all timing, and it's all relative, because Taylor Swift comes out here with these drums, this marching band and stuff, and literally 3 weeks ago, Beyonce released Homecoming, which was probably the quintessential movie about her Coachella performance, where she introduced the world to HBC, homecoming, step shows, probates, everything. She introduced the world to it. Okay, so I think the animosity coming from the Taylor Swift fans is understandable but misplaced. Okay, people who are mad about this aren't saying, oh, Taylor bit Beyonce, took it completely from her. Beyonce's the originator. That's not what is happening here. What's happening here is that there was a timing thing where literally this movie was released, and Coachella was dope. This has been happening. B just did last weekend something at Grambling State. She did a huge commercial while at Grambling State, trying to, I think she recorded and I think she filmed that whole thing, but that was part of the Adidas commercial. Like, it is so big right now. And then so when you it's almost like you got two guys, and one guy went and caught like a bass, like a really big fish, a bass, right? And it was like, oh wow, look at this. Oh man, that's awesome. Look at that. That's huge. Look at the gills on that thing. And everybody's like, oh man, that's dope. And then, here's this other motherfucker over here, and he's, he caught like one of those little minnows or something, and he's like, but I got fish too over here. You see my fish? I did that. I could do what he doing. See my fish right here? That's kind of what it felt like. It's like, oh, but I'm into, marching bands too. See what I'm about to do? See, Beyonce, you're not the only one, and it could be looked at on a lot of different ways, like, oh, I was inspired, or, oh, let me do this because this was a huge thing for Beyonce, and I could probably do it and get da-da-da-da. Like, it's just amazing. It's just amazing to me that, that was what she decided to go with. I just would have never. I just would have never. I myself would have said, well, no, I don't want to do that right now. Even if that was something deep in my spirit that I actually wanted, I would have said, you know what, this isn't the time for this. Let's incorporate this on tour somehow, some way. But no, this isn't the time for this because of what we just had from Beyonce, one of the biggest stars in the world, da-da-da-da. So I think it's interesting. I wrote down, I was upset initially, okay? But since I had some time to sit down with it and digest it and see the shenanigans and understand where other people were coming from, I was upset. I have written down here the caucasity of it all, okay? Yeah, I don't know. Taylor just has to make better decisions. This isn't the first time that she's tried to do this, about, from Beyonce as well. So, I don't know. Nobody's wanting to agree or to say, oh, Taylor Swift is biting Beyonce. Oh my God, this one's biting this one. Nobody wants to say that, but let's just keep it funky. That's what it looks like, and that's what it sounded like, and that's what it felt like. But, in any case, we'll move on because it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. Okay? I can't. All right. The last thing I have on here, I have two more things on here. I have the three, so Miss Teen USA, Miss USA, and then Miss America were all black ladies. Beautiful, beautiful black ladies. That's black excellence for your ass. Like, that's big time. So, I'm not big into, like, the pageants and shit, and I don't watch them or anything like that, but I grew up believing and knowing that the black girl would never win. So every single time the black girl won, it was like, oh my God, the black girl won, So it's really dope that these kids now have the ability to grow up and be like, yeah, I can be Miss America if I want, So that's what's up. So shout out to those ladies. I did write down the names. Miss Teen USA, Miss Kaylee Garris, Miss USA, Miss Chelsea Christ, okay? And then Miss America is Nia Franklin. So shout out to those ladies. Hopefully they're doing something really dope with these accolades, and hopefully it propels them into another opportunity to just be great in life. So shout out to them, and good looking out for being sisters and beautiful and wearing your natural hair and representing and looking great while doing it. So thank you. And lastly, I need new music. I don't know what y'all are listening to. I am not interested in a lot of stuff that's out right now. Like, I'm just, I'm going to pull up my phone and look in the title right quick. Like, I really don't know. I'm not interested in a damn thing that's going on right now. Like, and even like, well, I'll take that back. There have been like maybe 2 or 3 albums that I've been consistently listening to, but a lot of it isn't new. It's not new. Like, I've been listening to that Nipsey Hussle album. That's not new. That came out February last year. I've been listening to this damn Beyonce Homecoming Live album. None of that shit new. That shit came out last year. She just released a movie this year. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of those songs are new. All of those songs are the same songs that I jammed out last year this time. You know what I'm saying? With the exception to Before I Let Go. You're welcome. Although I did listen to Lizzo's new album. It's called 'Cause I Love You. It's got about 11 songs on it, and it's pretty good. If you want, like, somebody who has, like, an eclectic sound, like a Missy or Janelle Monáe or somebody like that, like, Lizzo's dope. Plus, she's a big girl who twerks and she plays the flute while she's doing it. So, I mean, nobody else in the world has that tagline. So, that's what's up. She's got the song Tempo on here with Missy Elliott, which is a big banger right now. There's a song called Juice that I think she released out maybe a few months back. Because I've been hearing that song for a long time, called Juice. And then there's another one called Soulmate, and that Soulmate song is like a single woman's anthem. Like, it's like, I'm my own soulmate, and I know I'm never gonna let myself down, you know, one of them things. And it's a pretty dope song. The album itself sounds really fresh, really crisp, really new, which is different because I really don't get a chance to hear music like this, or indulge in it and actually like it. So I'm happy about it. So shout out to Lizzo. Y'all check Lizzo out. She's completely butt-ass naked on her cover. She's a big girl who does not care. She's got no body issues at all, I would imagine. Or maybe she does have them, and maybe this is just her way of working through it. But she never has real clothes on. She's always fucking naked. And I have a problem with that just from a you're naked stance. Not, oh, you're big and naked. Nah, just put some fucking clothes on, Lizzo. But okay. But no, I really like that. Album is dope. She's got another album called Coconut Oil, which I think only has a few songs on it. It's got like 6 songs on it, so I'll check it out another time. I think it looks like it came out in 2016. That's long before I even knew about her, so yeah, maybe I'll check out her stuff to see what she's doing. So that'll be dope. She released the album the same week that Beyonce released the Homecoming album, so it went number 1, but then Lizzo edged her out and became number 1 and made Beyonce number 2. So, I mean, and I wasn't mad at that because, again, I just said the Homecoming album is literally music that we have already heard before. It's not even new. The only thing that's new was the arrangement. Of course, the Homecoming aspect of it was dope. But, I mean, as far as, you know, new music, nah, we good. We good over here. Apparently, I think I mentioned this last week, but I'll say it again. Apparently, Beyonce released Lemonade. It's been 3 years. She released Lemonade on all platforms, so apparently that jumped back. So now Homecoming and Lemonade are in like the top 10 billboards, which is amazing to me. So yeah, she said, all right, I went and got my money on that 3 years ago. Let me come back and get the rest of the money, because fuck it, you know. And let me get the rest. So shout out to that. I've got Nicole Buss. She's a new singer, and this song that she has, let me see what the song is called, man. Nicole Buss. It's called You. And it's got like this really Tiana Taylor, Lauryn Hill sound, where it sounds like there's several people that have this remix. There's like a remix. Rick Ross is on the remix, and also Ghostface Killer has a remix. So people love this song. The beat is amazing. The girl's voice is great. It's really great. So, you know, shout out to Nicole Buss. So, I mean, I'm excited for new music from her, and then I'll just check out the things that she may have out so that I can, you know, learn about new music. Because, again, I'm getting kind of stagnant. I'm getting kind of bored. I listen to a lot more podcasts than I do music these days, and I just need to go ahead and flip that around, because I love music and it's more important to me than anything else. So yeah, I need to go ahead and get that together. I have to go back to this Taylor Swift thing, because I just looked at my note, and the first note on here, it says that it was sterile and soulless. Sterile and soulless? The performance? My gosh. It's hilarious. Anyway. That's it for me on that part. So, and I did have some stuff. There's a couple of things I wanted to touch on, like from a social media aspect, because I saw a lot of ridiculous ass memes and shit today, or this week, and I just couldn't understand where these things was coming from. So one question I have is, who are you people, and who raised you? Who raised you? There's a debate going on online that says, how do you eat your cereal, right? The one picture shows the correct way, and another picture shows a different way, okay? That's all I gotta say. Alright, so the first picture shows somebody pouring cereal in said bowl, then taking the milk and pouring it in, okay? This is the normal yes way, alright? Then there's the people who pour the milk first and then put the cereal in. I don't know who does this, because, listen to me, that sounds like a waste of milk right there. I ain't lying. That sounds like a complete waste of milk. So who raised you people? Okay? How do y'all eat y'all cereal? Please let me know. Drop me a comment on IG about it. How do y'all eat y'all cereal? Okay? I'm pretty sure that the majority of y'all eat it normal. Okay? But if not, please explain yourself. If you eat it or fix it the second way, I need you to explain yourself. And I mean, I need a full motherfucking dissertation. Okay? I'm trying to see. I did see something. Looks like John Singleton passed away this week. That was horrible. I'm here to tell you, when I saw that he had the stroke, I thought, oh my God, he might die, right? You always think the worst sometimes. And sometimes you're like, oh man, maybe he can pull through, but I didn't know. So I was very sad when I saw that, and then he died, obviously. And then I got to thinking about all of the John Singleton movies. When I was growing up, John Singleton made all of the movies that really fucked me up. I mean, I'd like to say, oh, they were touching, they were moving. No. These movies fucked me up, okay? And the motherfucking Higher Learning fucked me up, okay? I mean, all the way up. I remember I was, I can't remember how old I was, but for, like, Mother's Day or my mom's birthday, I bought, like, a 3 VHS set tape group, okay? That had 3 movies in it. It had Boys in the Hood, it had Higher Learning, and it had Poetic Justice. And those were the 3 John Singleton. It was the John Singleton pack, and I bought it for my mom. And every single one of those movies will make you cry until you're a blubbering baby on the floor. Every single one. Poetic Justice, not so much, only because, you know, that's just... It wasn't like the other 2, even though Poetic Justice was really dope. It was really dope. But okay, so Higher Learning was so, oh God, Jesus, I don't even have the words, so let's not even go with Higher Learning right now. So Boys in the Hood was too much. I remember I had watched the movie 2 or 3 years after it had come out, and I really wanted to see it, and my mom was like, no, you can't see that movie, So, you know, I'm whatever age I am, 12, 13, 14, and now I'm sitting here watching this movie finally as a teenager, you know, knowing a little bit about the world and stuff, and saying, oh, well, you know, I can take it, okay? Yeah, fucking no. Okay? Like, there were so many different parts of the movie that were troublesome for me, because I was a teenager, and this was not my life. This was not my life. But there were so many parts of the film that were troubling. But obviously, the saddest, most ridiculous, most horrible, most horrific, most traumatizing part is the motherfucking end when, you know, Ricky is walking home from the damn store. Him and Trey are walking home from the store, and then these dudes, you know, who have a beef with Ricky's brother, Ice Cube, they got a beef with your brother, but they don't even have no beef with you, okay? You know, these guys are running for their life. They split up. Ricky lets up and doesn't get home. He's up here, you know, looking at scratch-offs and drinking his juice or whatever, and they fucking shoot Ricky. And everything in my spirit was like, no, he'll be okay. He'll be okay. He'll be okay. He just got shot in the leg. He's okay. He's okay. He's okay. Bruh, when that fucking shotgun came through the chest, oh my God. I was done. Done. Just stick a fork in me. I couldn't even get to the rest of the fucking movie. You understand me? I could not even get to the rest of the movie. And then it's like, okay, that part fucked me up. But it's not even that part, where he dies. They put him in the car. Doughboy, Ice Cube's character, okay? Doughboy is clearly hurt by this. He had to be a Gito. So it almost makes me want to watch it, but I know I can't. I can't do that. I can't do that. It's too much. Even right now, I'm getting, like, even, like, talking about it right now, I'm getting, like, up. And I'm just like, okay, up. Easy, you know. But no, those movies fucked me up. That movie in particular, Boys in the Hood, fucked me up. I think the other troublesome part of it was when they brought Ricky back. For some reason, they brought his dead body back to the house. I'm not real sure why, but they did do this. And they brought him there, and his girlfriend and the baby was there, and then she starts crying, and she's crying uncontrollably, and then the mother's there, and she comes out, and she's like, what y'all doing out here? And then she comes out to see her baby boy is dead, and it was just so much emotion. It was so real. It was so raw. It was so raw. It was, now that I'm an adult, and I listen to it, or think about it, like, those are fucking amazing performances, like the best performances ever. So yeah, shout out to John Singleton with that. He changed the world with that movie. So I'm really sorry that he had to die so early. He was only 51 years old. My God, he's way too young to die from this stroke that has to do with this hypertension, which leads me to wanting to speak to my brothers and sisters. Please, let's do better. We have to do better with the food that we eat. We have to do better with the things that we put in our bodies, what we consume food-wise, water-wise, or drink-wise. We have to be smarter about the things that we consume, TV, radio, podcast. We have to be very, 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 very careful about what we consume, because we have issues. We have hereditary issues. We have race issues that affect specifically just black women or specifically black people more than it does anyone else. So we really have to be smarter about this so that we're not dying at 51 years old. Okay, that's intense. That's really intense. So yeah. So hopefully you guys will check out some John Singleton films. He's done tons of them. Not just black films or films that would be considered black films. He's done tons of films with everybody, so it's really a loss. And I know they were planning on doing like a Baby Boy 2, so I'm like, damn, who the hell gonna direct that? Because at this point, there's no point in even trying to do Baby Boy. That was a John Singleton vision, so I don't want anyone else carrying out that vision. Simple. So hopefully they'll work that out and shut it down. And if they do actually have to do it, hopefully it's done well. So yeah, I mean, that's really all I have. I don't have a hometown spotlight today. I think next week I will have one, and then I have an interview set up with a good friend of mine. Her name's Carissa Lindsay. She is a fashion designer. Alifa Style is her company. She has written some coloring books. She is a teacher. I mean, she does a lot. She does a lot, and I'm super proud of her because we met in college. She's about 3 years younger than me, and I'm proud of her every day for being great out here in these streets. And so I'm gonna work on that interview soon, and then we'll bring that information to you guys, and then you guys can go and support her as well. But I don't have anything else, y'all. So I hope that y'all have a great week ahead. I hope the weekend has been kind to you. I hope the rain has stayed away from most of y'all. If you're in South Carolina or North Carolina, not so much. But, shout out to everybody that's been checking me out on social media. I had an uncle yesterday tell me he had been listening to the podcast. I really appreciate that, because I know podcasts aren't always for younger people. Older people or young people. I think it's a certain subset of people who really get down with podcasts. So, shout out to those people out there who are listening and supporting. But that's all I got, guys. So I will see y'all or speak to y'all soon. We have the Avengers review popping. That'll happen, and then I've got of course next week's going on. So until then, holla.